Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're once welcome to this episode of our program, Tips on Relationship. Today, we are going to be talking on premarital counseling, the importance of it, and why we should even think of doing it, and the effect after marriage. Is it still important in marriage? Today, we'll be talking with our guest, and she'll be telling us her experience and the importance and how it is helping her in her marriage. So, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
So, can you please introduce yourself to us? Who you are?
Okay, my name is Ngwa Ive.
Okay.
I am married and I have one child. I'm happy to be here in this channel.
Wow. You're highly welcome. We're also happy to have you. And as I said earlier, we're going to be talking about premarital counseling. And we know that you're married. You already said you're married. So definitely you'll be telling us the experience you had and how it is helping you, and you'll be helping our viewers to understand the importance of it because it is helping you. Or maybe the disadvantages too. Yes, because we know that in everything there's advantages and there are disadvantages. So premarital counseling, what is it all about? Maybe
From the word pre, premarital counseling, a list of things that you need to know before getting into marriage. And then when you're talking about counseling, you need to see a counselor. It can be a pastor or somebody who has studied about counseling. Yes.
Yeah.
And that is what I did
Wow.
before getting married.
Wow, thank God you did. As I told our viewers, you'll be helping us to understand the importance of it and how it was. So how was it? How was it? How did you do it?
Okay, right. Before I got married, it's a Christian, in a Christian relationship. It's one of the things you need to do. It is one of the priorities that you need to take. One of the steps you need to take before getting married.
Okay.
So before I was getting married, I went to my pastor. It must not be your pastor. It can be a counselor or somebody. You must not think to go to your pastor.
Most of the time.
Yes. But we saw our pastor, and we had actually my counseling went on for 1 year.
Okay.
Yes, your own must not be 1 year. But my own went for 1 year because I had a lot of things to do. So I saw a pastor, and then we started the counseling. That is, counseling is just you trying to know your partner trying to know you, and then the counselor trying to make you people to know each other more, and trying to release some of the things, the deep things that maybe any one of you had and is trying to hide in front of the pastor. Maybe you can share it, and then you release it. Helps you and helps you people in the marriage. So it is really important. Just imagine that you get married without doing counseling. You cannot know everybody. You cannot know your partner very well in the process of dating. But when you go through marital counseling, premarital counseling, you realize that there are many things about your partner that you don't know. Just imagine that you do not know that your partner maybe hates noise, and then you're a kind of noisy person. You just come to the house, start shouting, "Hey honey, I'm back from work, how are you doing?" Maybe he doesn't like noise, and then he cannot share it with you. He cannot tell you that way, "I don't like noise," in the presence of
maybe
dating.
you're afraid to hurt you or make you feel
Can you
bad.
imagine that if I tell this girl that I don't like noise and she likes noise very much, maybe she might not marry me again. But when the pastor tries to open up and tell you that you're supposed to share with this lady what you like and what you don't like, so he will not open up and tell you that I don't like noise, but my partner likes noise a lot. So he will not share with the pastor. That pastor, it's not like that's how I was brought up. I don't like noise. So it is actually really important to know. And then you try to know your partner's character. Like from what I went through, the pastor tried to join there. He used some kind of word now I cannot really remember because it has been long.
Okay.
He tried to join the characters, that this is how this person is, this is how your partner is a quiet person, this one talks too much, so you know how to deal with her. If I talk too much, my pastor will tell me that this girl talks too much. So are you sure you want to get married to her? That means you'll be able to listen to all the noise, you'll be able to get used to her. So I think that premarital counseling is very important because it has helped me a great deal.
Yeah, that's true. I also buy the fact that it is very, very important because really so many marriages today are actually having issues because they never had that opportunity to know their partner. That's why this issue comes up, because you see so many people are like, I have this issue with my husband or my wife. My wife is a kind of a nagging type. She's that kind of a person who do not know how to take care of the house. My husband is the type of a man who is just careless. He cares less about the things. I mean, because they did not talk about it, and then they find themselves in that situation, and they are living the marriage very, very difficultly, because they are enduring the marriage. And also because the way they don't even know where to go back to. But now, as you're saying, it took you 1 year to go through, and like what you said, it might not be the same for everyone, but at least somebody can at least go for the premarital counseling. I want to know, is it still important? Like, for example, I have not gone in for premarital counseling, and I'm married today, and I have difficulty. Is it still important for me to go in for the counseling, or is once married is married?
I think it's important. But if people are not facing any challenges, you understand your partner, he understands you, know it. It is when you had not gone for the counseling and now you get into the marriage and you realize that maybe your partner, it was not the person I thought he was. Maybe had it been I went for this counseling, by now I would have known that my husband doesn't like people who are scattered like me. Maybe if you are scattered, I'm not saying that you're a scattered person.
Of course, it's an example.
Yeah, it's just an example. Then you realize a lot of things that my husband never loved this kind of things. Had it been I went for this counseling, and it's not too late for me to even go, and then you take that bold step to go again, it is not bad. It is not bad. But if you're already in the marriage and you are understanding each other, I don't see any reason for you going, except that it's a major problem.
Okay, so from what she's saying, we can still go in for premarital counseling before marriage. And in marriage, when we have challenges, we should not die with it. We can still look for someone to talk to. Yes, someone to talk to. It may be a pastor, it may be a counselor. Counseling is not only spiritual. You might just need a moral counseling just to put you through. Sometimes we are going through a lot and we don't know what to do, but somewhere can help you to handle those challenges. And as we said, that the premarital counseling is very good. Yes, I know it is very good, and I'm encouraging everyone to actually go for it, because even in the marriage, it helps you to handle some issues, like the challenges. Of course, every home has a challenge, or you don't have.
Of course.
Yes,
everyone, not even a home. Every home has a challenge.
Yes.
It depends the way you decide to handle your own challenge.
Exactly. As some lay people will say, or as we say in our lay language, only the roof covers a lot. Yeah, so sometimes you can see people really smiling out. It's just because they know how to handle their marital stress, and so when they get out, they know how to go. And this is because I can testify that this is maybe because they have listened to someone like a counselor who can educate them on how to handle such things. So we are actually encouraging our viewers to go for premarital counseling. For those who are still getting into the relationship, and for those who are already in it, it's never too late. It's never too late. So I also still want to find out from you, how is it really helping you? How is it really helping you, like day-to-day life? Yes, we are talking about challenging handling. How is it helping you? Can you give us some practical examples on how you are applying some things that you learned from your premarital counseling and in your present marriage now?
Before I got married, let me take one example. When I went to the pastor, because my husband has been in that church for long, I'm not saying that in your case you must be a pastor, like I said. It can be a counselor or somebody that has a moral way of talking to you. My mother told me that my husband is a man of people, and my husband is not as shy as me. I am quiet, calm, not that. My husband is a man, is a people's man, somebody that knows a lot of people. And he's always very active. But me, I am just calm, slow, and quiet. So it is helping me now, because in my house sometimes my husband goes out and comes back very late, and he tells me that I had this meeting here, they called me for this one here, and they called me to do this one here, and because I already knew that he's somebody that goes out and he knows a lot of people, he has to help here and do this here. So I just understand it, because from the word go, from the beginning, I already knew that no, my husband goes out and he can stay for long before coming back. I'm not accusing that, where have you been? Just imagine that I did not do premarital counseling. I will not know that.
Yeah, that's
And then I will
weird.
start accusing him that, where have you been all day?
Of course.
You left home at 6 o'clock and now you're coming at 10 o'clock. Where have you been? But when my husband comes and explains to me that when I was here, when I was doing what I was doing, where I am, and then they called me from somewhere that I should attend to something, I went and it took me time. I just understand quietly because I knew it. I knew that it's a kind of person like that.
And that's our character as women. We always want to have them around, and when they are not there, it becomes a problem. And if we understand ourselves like that, it will really help us from a lot of challenges. And what you're saying is really good. Counseling helps us to understand ourselves. It opens us up. There are secrets that sometimes we don't want to say during the dating, as you've earlier said, that we don't want to tell the person that I like this, I don't like this particular food, maybe because I don't want that you should feel that no, this particular girl or this particular man is going to give me headache, let me better cut off this relationship. But in the presence of a counselor, you are open enough to tell the counselor the truth, because they are trying to make you real. And I've seen many relationships that have even ended up at the level of counseling, and which is the best than for you to get into it and then start regretting. That's one thing too I want to make our viewers to understand, that they should not even think that it's good to pamper some things and then go into it and then start regretting. It's rather better you iron it out with a counselor and with a person, so that when you get in, you are aware, either you're accepting his weaknesses and living by it, or you are actually telling the person to iron it out and then you move
or
together.
You are letting go.
Yes, or you are letting go, exactly. So we need to actually think of premarital counseling, especially those who are not yet married, because today we have, out of 100 marriages, you see them around 80 something are crumbling today, and when you look at them, you discover that their foundation was not actually laid on counseling, and so when they have challenges, they don't know where to go, they go to wrong people and
wrong friends.
Yes, and then they advise them wrongly, and then they finally get into issues, and then the marriage is just an enduring situation, which marriage is supposed to be enjoyed and not enjoyed. Because if you actually get married to your loved one that you say is your love, then you should not enjoy the relationship, you should actually enjoy it. So is there any disadvantage? Because some people may be saying that, why are you talking only advantages? I think disadvantages. So
disadvantages when you have not gone for the counseling, right?
Yes.
Of course, like I said, just imagine that you have not gone for counseling, and then you did not know that my husband smokes in secret. Just imagine that your husband was smoking and was hiding from you. And then you now go to counseling. The pastor tried to open his mind up and try, like what the pastor does is that he just tries to open you up to be naked. You want to share everything with the pastor.
Yes.
So imagine he was hiding from you, because if I not tell her that I smoke, or I take cocaine, or I do this one, she will not marry me. And then in the process of counseling now, he will explain that I'm taking this thing and I cannot do without it. I have been so used to it, I cannot do it. Maybe you will not say that this person is taking cocaine, will I be able to do with this kind of person in the house? Then maybe you leave him, or you try to change him, or the pastor tries to counsel him to come back to normal.
Yes, that's true. That's actually it, because when you don't do it, you suffer the effect alone. Wow, it was actually very nice having you. And pray that in our next episode we'll still have you for subsequent program, and we are going to help our viewers to know more, because we are working on tips on relationship. We are trying to see how we can better our relationship, even if in our wrong foundations we can still ride it on. So thank you, and we pray that we'll meet again, and we pray that our viewers too are going to learn more as we keep following us. Thank you.